I think that the great strength of the papers is the fact that we have a paper in each of the towns in which we're circulating, and that each of these papers then has a reporter and at least one photographer where they're working and based in the town. The fact that they're there in the town gives them an insight into what's going on, and it then turns the local paper into a voice for the community. I think that because of this and the structure we have, it makes the communities feel that they have a stake in their local paper. It has contributed to a very strong editorial package, which has driven group circulation over 40,000, which is record levels in the last 6 months. Any big news stories over the weekend, or do you reckon, David?
Yeah, I spoke to Ivan Yates this morning about the Tusker air crash. That's going to change David then to Jackson meet and Mary O'Rourke. So I'll speak to him again tomorrow to get an update before Wednesday's Doyle meet.
I've done a story with, it's an interview with two mothers of 3 young men who were abused when they were children.
We have the President's visit to County Wexford today, to Bridgetown in the morning and Enniscorthy in the afternoon.
Kieran, can I have a word?
Our big task is to ensure that the readers on the one hand and the advertisers are satisfied every week. And I think we've been achieving that very successfully in recent years. If you look at the growth in our circulation, in the last 6 months it's up to over 40,000, an historic high, and our advertising is growing at a very good rate each year.
Will I give you a ring back on it? I'll check the availability first. Okay, Matthew. That's grand. Thanks a lot. Bye.
That was good with the two of them,
Yeah.
the 2 pages together.
Yeah.
It's hard to do this time.
No, he's gone on the back page definitely this time.
Yeah. Is he taking an ad?
We should be able to slot it in here, you know.
Yeah.
If it ties over, we can hold on to it for 1 week maybe.
No, next week, is it?
Well, yes, but how did you finish up this week? 12 features?
12 features,
That's
yeah,
good.
which for February,
Excellent, excellent. That's good.
And this is one of the old linotypes on which the newspapers were produced years ago, and indeed Ireland's own. Mary, do you know if we have a copy of the issue which featured Mary McAleese here?
Yeah, should be the same one. And that one?
Oh, yes, this is it here.
There it is, yeah.
That's grand. Thanks very much. Ireland's Own was founded almost 100 years ago. In fact, I have a copy of the first issue here, and the date on it is the 26th of November 1902. Long before the company launched Ireland's Own in 1902, People newspapers had a fair deal of experience in the publishing business. Back in 1853, with the shadow of the Great Famine still darkening the land, their first title, The Wexford People, was launched, and it quickly made its mark on the newsstands. It was followed by the New Ross Standard, the Guardian, and the Wicklow People to form a thriving group of newspapers which became an influential voice in the communities they served.
I think one of the great strengths we have is our network of district offices. Away from the head office, we have 7 offices located in counties Wicklow, Wexford and Carlow. And they serve their local communities. To them, the most important thing is the direct market they serve.
Obliged with the conversion. Yes, that makes sense. That adds up to 17 points. We're going to be heading up to Enniscorthy Vocational College fairly swiftly to get a view of Mary McAleese. She's doing the grand tour of the Shannon after she's been at the vocational college. So you may have your notebook primed. Paddy Murphy's coming along, tagging along with us. He'll be taking loads of pictures. With any luck, we won't have to provide too many words. It'll all be pictures.
Brilliant.
Sure. I'm not going to pretend to work. I'm going to bring Paddy Murphy. Not him. Authoric, are we in action? Who has this?
Right, we have to be there a quarter of an hour before.
And we
That's protocol.
And we better be in our best bib and tucker too. Yeah. Meeting the President, the First Lady, whatever. Let's go.
Bring your hat.
Okay.
Bring your hat. Off we go.
Castle resident and they're the basketball team, the Wexford colours.
How are you?
Joy to listen to that beautiful singing. That used to be my party piece. I never sang it as well as that, but from I was a little child, it was the first song my father taught me. And isn't it an extraordinary thing that I think the last night that I was ever in the company of Brian and Breege Boyle, we sang that song.
The skill base of the production worker has had to change dramatically. The old typesetter role has all but disappeared. And the requirement now is for multi-skilled people who understand the computer and communications technologies, which are the new tools of the production department. With the aid of an ISDN line and some communication software, I can connect into an electronic bulletin board. And on that bulletin board, the major TV companies in England post publicity shots of all their big programs. That picture is downloaded from the bulletin board onto the Apple Mac here. We tried to regionalise our TV guide. We actually changed the content of it for Bray and Wicklow, because they would receive different channels there, you know.
Now we do an update on what's happening and where we are on things. How was the press in Shillelagh?
It was fine. She was in just for a few minutes there talking to the guys involved, and she had a look around the centre and had to leave fairly briskly because she was heading for Enniscorthy.
So everything's wrapped up on it?
Yeah, that's all done, yeah.
Okay, and David and Paddy have been escorted sorted out then?
That's right, yeah.
I'm going to be here till about 8:30. I plan to ring Billy Maroney before then, and I'll be heading up then.
That's fine. Okay. We'll talk in the morning then about everything else.
Well, as always, it's time for us to have a look at the happenings around Carlow through the eyes of the Carlow Tribune newspaper. And Lisa joins us now, so let's find out what is happening. Certainly, big headlines this morning. 5 years for a brutal killing is the story.
Lee Martin, who was stabbed in Dublin there in June 1997. His father Seamus was talking to Justine O'Mahony, and he said he was very disappointed and very upset over just the killer getting his 5 years for stabbing his son to death.
Over the past 10 years, People newspapers have been firmly established as the leading regional newspapers in Ireland. This means that on the entire east coast, south of Dublin, we cover a very important market for advertisers. And outside of Dublin, we probably are the strongest advertising vehicle in the country. And we are very well positioned as we approach the millennium to go from strength to strength.
Hello, Bray people.
The introduction of a new editor based in County Wicklow for the first time, will give the papers a higher profile in the county. It's a new departure. It will allow me to have a much closer relationship with the papers, with the editorial team and with the people of the county. It means that I will be able to make rapid editorial decisions as events happen, and it will allow the papers to have a much more focused presence in the county, and hopefully will improve the overall package to the readers. Wherever the news is happening, the Bray and the Wicklow People Reporter staff are there.
What time, after being there, I expected to get up this afternoon.
Well, how's it going? You seem to be running okay and scheduled with everything, yeah.
You have a new test driver, I see.
New test driver, new motoring correspondent, as you call him. It should go down well, I think. It adds a bit of readability to the subject.
Lifts the whole thing.
It does, yeah. The motors are very good.
Excellent. No, it's actually 30% up.
30%. Well, this new equipment will enable us to have the 4 sections more efficiently every week now, won't it?
Or will, yeah. It won't put any pressure on us as such.
Yeah. Mary McAleese was in Enniscorthy yesterday, was she?
In Enniscorthy yesterday. Yeah. A couple of pages and that. We have a good front page over as well.
Front page?
Front page, yeah.
How are we looking next week, Patricia?
Good. We're going to be on target again, up to budget.
Are we? Is there an Ireland's Own sub-special? No?
No, we just finished one last week.
Okay, well, if there's no other problems, I'll get back to it. I think the greatest success we have is that in each town, from Bray to Wicklow, Arklow, Carlow, Gorey, Enniscorthy, New Ross and Wexford, our paper is your paper when you go into your newsagent each Wednesday or Thursday, and that's the success story of People newspapers.
Get these papers finally right.